Today, we need to talk about doing your own credit repair. If nowadays, is so many different places that will do credit repair for you for a cost. Why should you have to pay to get your credit repaired when you can do it yourself? It's so easy nowadays. First of all, you need to go to transunion.com, Experian.com, and Equifax.com. Get your own personal credit report sent straight to you. You can download it onto your computer. You don't even have to wait anymore. Back in the day, it took weeks for it to get to you. Now you don't have to worry about that anymore. After you go to these three sites, you need to list or look at the list, compare it. You want to compare and contrast each and every one of them. You look for your most recent charge or activity. Don't look for something that's so outdated that it's going to fall off anyway. It falls off in 7 years. Now, that doesn't mean that it doesn't still affect your credit. It just means that most of them charge it off. And then it's kind of like it never happened. But if you're in a place where you want a new car, you want a new home, you want to live somewhere nice, then you need to get your credit repaired right now. So make sure the next step you follow is find out how to contact the companies you owe. The companies you owe, most of them, you may not want to talk to the bill collector at your local branch, but all of them have 1-800 numbers. Make sure you write down each 1-800 number and call them. You want them to know you want to know your account number. You want to know how large the bill is, how much you owe. You want to know how much the interest is. And how often it's charged. So this is something we need to talk about right now. Every bill that you have does not charge you the same way at the same time. None of that happens. Right now, every bill you have, some of them charge you monthly, some of them charge you daily, some of them charge you yearly. You never know. So you need to know what you're doing. You need to know if it's in collections. If it's in collections, the collections people have tacked on bills and more fees to it. So now you need to see if you can have it transferred back to the company that you owe so that you're not paying more on your money than you need to. A lot of these places have finance departments that want to work with you. They want you to pay the money because they don't want to have to charge it off in 7 years. Anyway, the next step you want to do is start sending each account a monthly payment. So the accounts that you see are the most recent. You need to start sending them a monthly payment. And don't make it some outrageous amount that you can't keep up with. $25, $30 on a bill is good enough. Now I know they may want more, but that's why when you contact them, you're only asking for these 4 things. You're not asking for everything. You're not trying to make a payment plan and all these things because they start the cycle back over. They'll tell you that it's a charge-off, but a charge-off stays negatively on your credit report. So now, instead of you having a paid-off $0 balance, you have whatever you paid as your charge-off and the amount of money you owe as the difference. And it's seen as a negative flight. So If it's something that you can pay over time, start working on it right now. Make sure when you start sending your monthly payments, number one, make sure you send it in the mail. You're sending it in the mail so that it has documentation to it. You need to send your name, your used service or stop paying year, because these are other things that they don't apply it to any bill because they don't know who you are. Now, your name, if your name has changed or you don't even know what your name was back then, include both your names so that they can find it. Include the account number that you got from the 1-800 number that you called earlier. All that should be on the paperwork, whether you put it on the money order, whether you insert a slip with it. However, now some financial departments and different companies will send you a letter after you've sent so many payments in, telling you what your new balance is and how to pay it off sooner and things of that nature. Some accounts will not. So you need to be keeping track. You need to be writing down how much money you're paying. You need to be writing down how much you owe, how much interest is already charging you per day or per week or per month or per year. You need to know this so that you know when to stop paying. Because sometimes they will allow you to continue to pay them, and they're real slow about getting you your money back. And you have other things to do with your money. You may also want to search your name in court records to see who is suing you that may not be on your credit report. Now, this is very important because people think, okay, well, I saw my credit report. I've been paying all my creditors. Why am I still getting phone calls? You're still getting phone calls because even though they have not attached it to your credit report, they've attached it to you in the court records. So when they're tired of suing you for this money, then eventually it will get reattached to your credit report. By then, you may be in the process of buying a new home. You may be in the process of getting a new car. You don't want this to stop you or to slow you down. So make sure you do your due diligence. Look into case search of whatever state you live in and make the changes. You can do it. I know you can. I've done it myself. It took a lot of long years because, of course, I wasn't making a lot of money. But that's why you start small. You start at a comfortable level. Don't start at $200 per account and have 3 or 4 accounts going. Because when you get into a crunch, that $200 could have went to something else. And instead, you're trying to keep up a payment plan that no one created but you. But you need the payments because it's going to help increase your credit. So your credit score will start moving up by 3 points, by 4 points, by 2 points. And eventually you will see that that nudge is helping you get over. Another thing you may want to do is get you a credit card. Now, most people, especially if you have bad credit, it's going to be hard for you to get a credit card. But try your bank. Try your bank. Most likely, your bank can can have a program for you that's for people with bad credit. Get it together and check back with me. Comment. Let me know. Did this work for you? Because I know it's worked for many of people that I've talked to. And one of the things that we have to realize is we can do it on our own. We just have to focus. So focus. Sit down. Find out what your credit rating is. Sit down and find out who you need to start paying back so that you can live the life that you want to live. Thank you. Have a good one. I'll talk to you next time.